Hello, guys. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It is April 19th, 2026. So I'm here in the parking lot. Gotta work tonight. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm exhausted. How do you like my blazer, man? I got this at Goodwill the other day. It's a little chilly here in Kentucky. Did my hair, got my blazer. This is how I would look if I was a politician, you know? I'd have a button-up shirt, though, like a black button-up or something, or maybe white. No, white, you can see your nipples through white. So, got up. I didn't even get up early. I just got ready early. You know what I mean? So I got a newspaper here with some articles, and there's actually something I want to talk about here. Let me find the article and I will talk about it. All right, I got it pulled up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some local news. Just I'd say, yeah, it might be a conspiracy corner, maybe a blue pill. Who knows? I got like 30 minutes before work, so I figured I'd do a podcast. And so you guys know me. I pick up a newspaper every now and then if I see something cool on the cover, the headliners. If I see something like I want to talk about, either social commentary or true crime or anything like that, I'll pick up a paper because they're not too expensive. But hey, if you do want to buy my paper one of these days, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. You can donate to the channel. I'll send you a bumper sticker and a bookmark. I'll sign it too. Unless you don't want me to, then you can just hit me up in the comments and say, hey, don't sign it, you know. I sign the back anyways. As far as the update, dude, I'm tired. Last week, I worked 6 days. Just getting older. Aren't we all? I had yesterday off, and on my days off, I have this problem of wanting to sleep all day. And then what happens is I'll take like a cat nap or just pass out, and I'll end up sleeping like 4 or 5 hours instead of like just an hour. And it fucks my sleep up, dude. So next thing I know, you know, it's like time to go to bed, and I'm like, no, I want to stay up and, you know, podcast or watch TV or whatever, you know. It fucking sucks. I don't know if anyone else has that same problem. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit. Let's get into the articles, man. Gas prices are still rising. So Frankfurt, the nation's average price for gasoline, has risen 11.8 cents over the last week and is now 4.13 per gallon, according to Gas Buddy data compiled from more than 20 million individual price reports covering 150,000 gas stations across the country. We are all in this together. And I mean that in what that phrase should mean, of like, we're all suffering together. The other day, dude, fucking, I've gotten gas like twice this year, twice within the last probably, yeah, I've gotten gas twice in the last month. Now, I'm driving a big old Cadillac that I'm sitting in now. Cadillac CTS, I think it's 2007. The Silver Bullet. Yeah, I had White Rabbit before. My old school listeners know about the original Conspiracy Mobile. You know, White Rabbit. Now I got Silver Bullet. I'm killing werewolves out here, dog. No, I would be team werewolf. I'm more werewolf. I don't know. I'd be vampire. I think I'd be vampire. Living forever, seducing girls. But yeah, dude, like, we're all in this shit together, man. Like, last time I filled up Silver Bullet, I normally would put in like $30. And I don't fill up like when I fill up about like a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half full, and then I'll fill up. And it was like $30. Then I started putting in 35, and it wasn't filling it up all the way. $30 wasn't filling it up all the way. Then I started putting in 40. I put in 40 last time I filled up. Not filling it up all the way. I'm like, I'm seriously gonna have to fucking put in $45. I'm gonna try 45. Next time I fill up, it's gonna be fucking 45, dude. Let's see if it fills up all the way then. It's stupid, dude. I mean, this is ridiculous. And what it is, that fucking war in Iran, Strait of Hormuz, which, by the way, I don't mind talking about gas prices because, like, they said that the strait got closed, and then it got opened, and then now it's closed again. I caught an audio clip of some Indian freighter boat going through, and I think it was like the Israeli troops or something, like, pretty sure it was Israel, was shooting at him. He's like, bro, you guys gave me clearance, and now you're shooting at me. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, dog? It's getting weird, dude. And I think times are gonna get harder. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but look, I'm a night shift stalker here at Kroger. I'm hearing people in podcasts say that there might be food shortages, but they said the same thing during COVID, if you guys remember. And my thing is I'm not trying to fearmonger. All I'm saying is, dude, just stock up. Just stock up, you know, just in case. Better safe than sorry, you know. As of Tuesday morning, the national average is up 65.1 cents from a month ago and is 85.0 cents per gallon higher than a year ago. In Kentucky, where I live, because this is local news, the average price is around $4 per gallon. And like this time last year, I think it was probably like $3.50. $3.60 maybe, about $3.60, $3.70. So yeah, it's fucking going up, dude. The national average price of diesel rose 20.7 cents. Yeah, that sounds about right. In the last week, and stands at 5.576 per gallon. In Kentucky, the average price for diesel is $5.25. So here's the thing with diesel, man. I drive unleaded, but I know diesel's always been higher, but I've heard this from truck owners, and correct me if I'm wrong. I've always heard that diesel, man, yes, you are paying more, but unlike unleaded diesel, I guess you can run, if you're driving like long distances, it's actually better on gas. If you're doing short shit like me, like I live right down the road, so I mean, it takes me literally 10 minutes to get to work, you know. I hop out of the trailer park, make a left, get on this road, and I'm literally here in like 2 seconds, you know. I'm right up the fucking road. But I've heard if you're doing long distances, like diesel's the way to go. Plus a lot of people, I guess one thing that bugs me, man, like a lot of people, they drive diesel for like work, and I understand that, like big old diesel trucks, but like the ones who are just like literally just driving a big diesel truck because they think it looks cool, and I'm a redneck, you know, like that's just dumb to me. Like, bro, what's the point, man? Gasoline prices are poised for another jolt this week. with many inland states, including the Plains, Great Lakes, and parts of the Rockies, likely to see sharp increases, as last week's surge in wholesale cost has yet to be fully passed through to consumers, says Patrick De Haan, Haan, head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy. Hahn. It's got to be German, dude. My mom's maiden name was Hack or Hawk. It was Haack. In addition, he continued, some price cycling markets could also see another round of increases. As a result, the national average could rise by double digits, potentially reaching the 420 mark. By the way, 420. Tomorrow's 420, dude. I didn't even realize. I'm gonna have to be careful coming to work, dude, because there's gonna be cops out like cray cray. Not that I have anything to hide, but I gotta be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you know. Happy 420 because this will actually, I'm not gonna put this out until the morning. So yeah, happy 420, dude. We're talking about gas prices. We should be talking about weed. I usually do a special episode on 420s. Or I try to do a special episode for each holiday. Yes, I consider 420 a holiday. Last year I did a 420 episode. I think the episode was called How I Stay Sane. Go check that episode out, because I wanted to start doing like self-help and health segments. I need to come up with a name for it, because I have discussed it before. I've talked about addiction, mental health, physical health. I've talked about health in general, and I kind of want to do a segment about it, like of what I do to, not that I'm the healthiest person, but what I do, just little tips and tricks. There's nothing wrong. It's old people talk, you know. Man, I do wish I had some fucking flour though, because I like to smoke weed every now and then. Smoke weed every day. So let's see. Dr. Hahn also noted, recent escalations between the U.S. and Iran have further intensified concerns about prolonged disruptions to global oil flows, keeping markets on edge. Gee, you think? At this point, the trajectory of fuel prices remains highly uncertain and is largely contingent on the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Until that occurs, the risk of further increases remains firmly in place. So what I was talking about a little bit earlier, does anyone know what the fuck is going on? Because, like, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Oh, wow, I'm doing the hidden hand. By the way, I'm just holding myself, but somebody's gonna fucking clip that and be like, look, he's wearing a suit coat, he's doing the hidden hand. Fuck you. I'm comfortable sitting like this. I'm gonna keep sitting like this. What the fuck was I saying? Sorry, man. Our community, I love our community, but sometimes they're toxic, dude. Maybe it's just paranoia, but no, it's not just paranoia, dude. Like, it's redonkulous out here in the conspiracy community. What I was saying, though, is it's very confusing out there. I just did that, too. Illuminati confirmed. So there was this movie way back in the day, dude. It had Dustin Hoffman. I've always been a fan. He's cool as fuck. He played in, like, Tootsie, Kramer versus Kramer. But the whole concept of the movie, it has De Niro in it. De Niro used to be so fucking cool, and man, has he fallen from grace, like, with his politics. And my thing is like, dude, just stay out of the political game. Like, just fucking make movies, do your job, and shut the fuck up. We don't care about your politics, bro. You fucking old ass weirdo. Just be a mobster. We want you to be a mobster, you know? Be a mobster. That's it. That's all we give a fuck about. But yeah, dude, what the fuck was I saying? Fog of War. Wag the Dog. There's a movie called Wag the Dog. And you've seen this with the Ukrainian war. Which, is that even still going on? No one talks about it. Is that even still going on? If it even was a thing. Because, I mean, I kept seeing, like, all these clips of, like, Wag the Dog type of shit. Like, oh, look at this 100-year-old Russian Orthodox church got blown up, and look at us picking up the stones, and it would be like this heavy-ass stone, and they're picking it up with one hand because it's styrofoam. It's fucking fake. Or like soldiers with banana clips in their rifles like backwards and shit, and it's like, bruh. I'm not even like a huge gun guy, but like that's not even fucking accurate. Like, what's going on here, dude? And that could be like revelation of the method, lesser magic, of like, hey, I'm gonna poke you in the eye. Ah, you're funny, Abe. Bet. Why'd you do that? Ow. I told you I was gonna do it, motherfucker. You didn't stop me. Lesser magic. Now I reap 0 karma repercussions. Because I told you I was gonna do it. And you didn't stop me. You didn't stop me. As painful as these prices are today, in the past, they have been even higher in Kentucky, with Gas Buddy records dating back to 2008. Okay, I remember that time period. 2008, man. That was like the financial housing crisis. George Bush Jr., Jr., fool me once, a shame on you. Fool me twice, I won't get fooled again. George Bush was a trip. But anyways, I remember the housing crisis. I was in Florida at the time. Or not the housing crisis. Market collapse or whatever. Was it housing? No. Anyways, I remember that time period, and I remember like gas being fucking out the wazoo. And my dad was a conspiracy theorist, you know. And he would talk about it and rant about it. Man, gas, man, it could go up double digits. And he remembers also, he would tell me about, like, I guess back in the 70s, there was like some weird shit going on with oil. And even in odd days, like whatever your license plate number ended on, rationing basically. Like if your license plate number ended on an even number, you're allowed to fill up on those days. If it landed on an odd number, on odd days you could fill up, but on even days you couldn't. It was something real fucking weird like that. Which, by the way, like, so, like, right now, like I said, I work at a supermarket. And one of my buddies, the dude who got me my job back during COVID, and all that shit, we were having trouble with getting trucks in and getting trucks out. There was a lot of talk in the grapevine of like, dude, there's a lot of people are hearing about like food shortages and blah, blah, blah. We got into like AI ordering systems. It was just a weird time. And I looked at him, I'm like, well, if there's like food shortages like coming, like we're like, so we're just not gonna have work? And he's like, no, we'll still have work. He said, worst case scenario, dude, if there's like really bad food shortages, what they will do they will do like martial law. So there will be soldiers in here like every night. And everything will be like a white carton of like, there's no propaganda, there's no Like, if you buy like a box of cereal, it's just gonna be like Frosted Flakes, white carton, black lettering. Kind of like, basically like They Live, like when he takes or puts the glasses on and everything's just a white with a black text. Like, what's that card game? Fucking Cards Against Humanity. It'll look like that. And he's like, what our job will be to stock these white boxes onto the shelves. We'll still have our jobs. We'll just be being watched by like the military, like they would be in the supermarkets and shit. So, as painful as these prices are today, okay, so 2008, I don't know, man. It was like a lot of financial shit going on. The highest statewide average was on June 16th, 2022, when it reached $5.03 per gallon for regular gas. And I believe that was under Biden's regime. Just saying. Here's the thing, though. So, politics, man. I've gotten a little wiser. I'm still a young gun. 6-gun Larry over here. I'm still a younger dude. Well, I'm middle-aged now. I'm 34, so I don't know. Is that middle-aged? Who the fuck knows? Whatever, it don't matter. Age is just a number. But I've gotten a little wiser with politics, so everyone was bitching about the economy during Biden's reign. Which, first of all, I don't even think that was the real Biden. I think, and by the way, I think that was like literally Obama's third term. That being said, everyone blames Biden on the economy during that time period. But no one likes to mention, except for RFK Jr., he mentioned it during his little debate thing. No one liked to mention, basically, that the reason why everything was so expensive with hyperinflation and shit during Biden's term was because Trump, during his term, printed more money than any other president. And you can look that shit up. It's fucking crazy. He printed like a shit ton of money during COVID, during the lockdowns. And we weren't going to feel the effects of it during Trump's term. We were going to feel the effects of it during the next president's term. So, poor old Sleepy Joe, got the fucking blunt end of it. Like the back end of it, dude. He got all the blame. Like, oh, well, we're technically under Joe Biden's regime, so, yeah, it's this guy's fault. Let's blame him. And it's like, no, the reason why everything's high is because Trump printed like trillions of dollars. Printed it out of thin air. And we're already trillions of dollars in debt. This is the fall of Rome. How often do you think about Rome? Someone's gonna say you're making a boomer comment, that's not even relevant. That's not even cool anymore. Who cares if it's cool? It is a good fucking meme. How often do you think of Rome? The fall of Rome. I think about it quite often because you can't help but like look around and see this is the fall of Rome, And don't get me started on pedophilia in Rome. That was one of their downfalls. And they've even said, man, like, once you start accepting pedophilia and it becomes normalized, your empire will fail, Weimar Germany, like, it gets crazy. And I look at America. I love America. I love my nation, but I hate my government. We're on the 250th bicentennial anniversary, or quintennial, something like that, anniversary. We're on the 250th anniversary. We're a young puppy nation, dude. And I don't know. I don't think America's going to be around for long. Like, dude, this bums me out because, like, I love this nation. I truly do. I love the Constitution. I love this Atlantean experiment, you know. But, like, if this is an experiment, like, we failed the experiment, dude. Like, we fucking failed the experiment, bro. But, my wife will come up to me sometimes and she'll make future plans for, like, next year or the year after. Or, hey, within, like, 5 years from now, we need to think about this. Or, like, what do you think about doing this? Wouldn't that be fun? And I just put my head down and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, honey, I don't think America's going to be around that long, dude. And then she just goes, yeah, you're probably right. And it bums me out because it's like, I want to believe that we're still around. I'm not trying to be like doom scrolling over here like I'm fucking gloom and doom, black pill, but you know, hopefully whatever rises up after this will be something better and greater for us, like the people, the goyim, you know. Let's hopefully, you know, but it is part of life, man. Empires rise and empires fall. That is literally part of reality. So when it reached 5.03 per gallon for regular gas unleaded, on the other hand, the lowest average price in Kentucky was on December 29th, 2008, during the housing crisis. I believe that's what it's called. I was a kid then, so, you know. When during the height of the Great Recession, it dropped to 1.59 per gallon, $1.59 per gallon. Damn, son. You can see gas prices in your local area by going to KentuckyGasPrices.com and entering your city. So little shout outs to them. I want to start doing, in general, a financial segment. I said it in my comment section, or I said it in one of my previous podcasts. So should I just put it under the Inside Baseball series that I got going on? Or what should I name the segment? I want to come up with a good name for, like, the financial segment. Like, ooh, we should do like a spinoff, like a paying homage to like Wolf of Wall Street. We can call it like Wolf of Poor Street or something. Wolf of Poor Street. That'd be good. A poor man's financier story, you know. Wolf of Poor Street. I kind of like that. Yeah, I might name it that. Like Wolf of Poor Street. I'm the Wolf of Poor Street. Or Wolf of Your Street. I don't know. Help me come up with something, dude. Hit me up in the comments. Something witty to name our financial episodes. Because that's something I'm wanting to get into. I'm wanting to get into, like, doing segments on finances. I'm wanting to do segments on, self-help, health stuff, over-the-counter, natural medications, natural herbs, talking health, you know. Because that ties in a lot with, like, conspiracy, you know. I got all these plans in my head, you know, and I want them all to come true. I want to do it. I want to do it, but I can't do it without you. So I guess we're going to wrap it up there. I wanted to talk about gas prices, do a little financial segment, just a little heart to heart little chat between me and you. Reading the paper, hamming it up like old times. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you all have a good day. And don't let these gas prices get you down, even though they're up.